Everything Albany, only on the new 16.
New 16, this is Mariah Kaminsky here, and I am joined by local Troy, New York legends of the underground. This is Brick by Brick.
Legends.
In our own minds.
Hi.
So how you guys doing today?
Well,
We made it.
done being frustrated driving around in circles to find a place, but
In
we're
a,
here.
a
a
very
literal
confusing
circle.
school that we
Literally.
have. So you guys have a very important concert date tomorrow. Do you want to let everyone know how much tickets are, where we can find it, and what's going to be going on?
Tomorrow we're playing Blackthorn in Queens, New York. I think tickets are $15 at the door or whatever.
13 bands, 15 at the door.
Yeah.
That's not bad for a local band.
Yeah.
A lot of bands, a lot of locals. It'll be a good show.
Definitely is going to be a good show. I've seen you guys live at Shadows Falls. You definitely put on an amazing show. And that girl that was screaming, man, that's a story to tell here. You got to just tell about it, man.
I don't even know what to say about
That's
it. to be
all we
honest.
don't even remember.
I think she was more in front of me, that's why. But this girl had the most blood-curdling,
Scream ever.
like horror movie caliber. It was crazy. And I heard her over everything. We were loud. Like, we were really loud. And
Oh, yeah.
she just would not let up for like a good half hour. I don't know. I was throwing picks at her, trying to hit him in her mouth, like playing target practice. I don't know.
She probably thought that just meant keep screaming louder
Yeah,
and
yeah,
louder
no,
and
yeah.
louder.
I was probably encouraging her.
You should have got
probably.
like a drumstick and just chucked it at her head and tried to knock her out.
That was the next. That was the next thought.
Sean does that to the ladies.
There you go. That's exactly what you want to do.
Yeah, all the ladies love the bass player.
Yeah, so definitely we always go for the
Womp
bass
womp.
players. I always find that funny. You ever talk to someone about a band and they're always like, "Yeah, I know the guitar, the drummer, and the vocalist." And they're like, "What about the bass player?" "Oh yeah, who cares about him?"
Some dude.
Just some dude on the stage that just
Yeah.
happened to perform in the band.
A lot of bands don't even have a bass player.
Do you feel that being a bass player, you're a little more underrated than every other
Oh
person?
no, I'm terrible. Oh no.
You know, I bill you
I don't
up
pull
as
any
legends,
punches.
and then you just like
What was
destroy
it?
it.
What was that thing I posted on Instagram? The world's okayest bass player. That's my title.
And our drummer's vegan.
And our drummer's vegan.
Just let everybody
Just
know.
let everybody know out there. Our drummer's vegan.
If he was here, he
You
would
know,
have
I
told you.
I turn you in about like the best metalcore, grindcore band, and then you're just like, yeah, we're vegan, and our bass player's okay. We're just doing great here, guys.
Just putting along.
All right, so your new album is "This World My Enemy." What's your favorite track off of here, and what's that one track that you think everyone should listen to if they haven't heard you guys before?
Well, we cut a video for "These Streets," which is the first song on the record. That's probably one of my favorites, and "Burden of Life" is one of my favorites too, just because it's got more of like a Hatebreed kind of groove to it. But I mean, check out the video; it's on YouTube. But those two songs stand out for me personally on there. So.
And then we have the last 4 songs, which are cover songs, 2 by national artists and 2 by local artists. Like I was in a band in the mid '90s called Straight Jacket, and we decided to dig out one of those songs and cover those, and bring in the original singer to sing on it. And we did the same for Hate Breeds Rage, which was the band
There you go.
Cutthroat out of Clifton Park, and we actually got him to come in and sing his part too. And then also we have Pennywise, Bro Him, and Space Truckin' by Deep Purple.
Well,
So we kind of just ran the gamut with covers,
Yeah. It's like half of a real album. The other one, she's like, I'm just gonna cover stuff to get this album out in time.
I mean, kids like covers, so.
I
you go.
definitely feel that's a new trend these days. A lot of bands are hitting covers. Do you think that's like a wimpy way out of putting out a single, or do you think that's an easy way to get yourself publicity?
Easy way to fill a 10-song CD.
That
but-
definitely
No,
works.
they're just fun.
They're
fun
just
to play
fun.
live.
I look at it as paying respect to influences around me and the different things I listen to. Like a lot of people wouldn't peg us to do a Pennywise cover because it's that like pop punk California.
Yeah.
But we took it, and made it our own, and everybody digs it. So, and then like as far as Deep Purple, I mean, him and I grew up in houses where that was played when we were kids. And it's always a song we heard growing up. So it's
So this is your new album, This World My Enemy, and your last album was Severed Ties, correct?
Yep.
Yes. So what's the difference in between this one and your last album?
new singer. I mean,
Was there anything different with like the melodies? Did you guys try to do harder riffs on purpose, put more drum in there?
More drum.
More drum.
Just want more drum. Well, the last CD that we released, Severed Ties, we did that on our own. We were on a label for our second CD, and we decided to go independent route for the third one, and did it ourselves. And we did well on it, but it only reached a certain amount of people, and it didn't really go too far. So this last record, we got Ray in the band from Full Blown Chaos singing for us now, and we went national. We went with Eulogy Recordings, and now they're selling records in Japan and overseas because we got to get over to Europe. That's where the
And we get better distribution with this one too. They help us
a
out.
lot
Yeah.
better
Doing it
distribution.
yourself, it's rough to get it out there.
It was mostly mail order on our part for the last CD. This one is just you can get it anywhere.
Yeah, I noticed that in Europe you have the Download Festival and a couple other big Sonosphere and all those. Do you feel that like the European culture is a lot easier with metal music than we are in America now?
definitely.
Oh, absolutely.
Way more open minded out in Europe.
Like, for example, we did a 3-day run with Biohazard, and we played, like, smaller clubs, a few hundred people. They'll go over to Europe, play one of those festivals for thousands of people.
Oh, yeah.
But they won't get that over here.
Yeah, I've always
It's-
found that weird.
They're very, they're just they just love their music. They love their music. I mean, like at Rammstein, they fill a soccer stadium over here. They come over here. They probably wouldn't even sell in an arena if they did a tour,
Yeah.
It's all just area. It's all, it's weird. It's weird how it works.
Now, you talked about some of your bands that really helped you get into music, like Deep Purple and everything. Now, Ozzy has his Black Sabbath Goodbye Tour that only has 2 more dates left, and Guns N' Roses just announced their reunion. Is there any bands
Guns and
that...
half a roses.
Okay, yeah, half of Guns N' Roses, pretty much. Was there any band that you think did a tour that they should have stopped a long time ago?
Guns N' Roses.
They need the money, okay? They need the money.
I mean, I mean, don't get me wrong. These bands are like Guns N' Roses and Black Sabbath, Ozzy are all influences. But I mean, Ozzy, he's seen better days as well. I mean, there's some people that just
I've never seen Ozzy or Black Sabbath.
no.
They were on my list that I had to see.
I saw Ozzy, but I never saw Black Sabbath.
No, I never seen, and I regret it.
Well, hey, you still have 2 more dates to see Ozzy. Because he said that after Black Sabbath, apparently he's gone for
he's
good.
like 80,
Which is
isn't
going to be a
Yeah.
little surprising.
I mean, there's some people like Iron Maiden. He still has it. Bruce
Oh,
Dickinson.
yeah. He's amazing,
He's still got it. But I mean,
Like Judas Priest, they still have it. They're not as good as they were, but they're still good in a
our
performance
singer actually just saw them recently, and he was blown away. He said it was probably the best concert he's seen in a long time. So and he showed me video of it, and
Yeah, it was
Halford's
good.
still there. I mean, but there's a lot of those guys that like I saw Guns N' Roses in Albany probably
20 years ago, probably.
14. It's when they came back and they had Buckethead playing with them.
Oh, yeah.
and
When they
did
replaced
it-
Slash and all that.
Yeah, it was during that weird thing, and Axl didn't sound too good. So, and that was
Yeah, my
that
mom
was, like,
said
over
that
10
she
years
saw
ago.
Guns N' Roses. She was like, yeah, I don't understand what was the big pop about them. They just weren't as good live.
Yeah, I mean, I never saw the original. If I saw the original one, maybe I'd think differently. But
Yeah, before he kind of went off the deep end, pretty much.
right. I mean,
I think the Misfits should either get together with the original lineup or hang it up.
but that's the thing.
No
with the,
offense, Mark.
Definitely.
but the Guns N' Roses thing, it's like, it's the old. It's old. It's not. It's
It's not. They
it's
don't
Axl,
have their...
and they got the 2. They got Duff and Slash, which is cool. But they don't have the original drummer or the second drummer for that matter.
Nope.
And they don't know what they're doing for a rhythm guitar player. So to me, it's a big cash grab. And to spend $2,500 on a VIP ticket where you don't even get to
Jeez.
meet the band.
Okay, what do you get in the VIP
A
ticket
tour
then?
of the stage and some food.
Wow, that's so impressive.
Yeah. I mean, it's like, you don't even get to meet the band. Not even the no-name guy. You don't even get to meet, like, the fill-in drummer.
I always wanted to see just Axl and Slash on stage because I know they have like the biggest beef in world history.
Sure.
I think they're gonna take it on the stage and just like the first date just rip each other apart.
I'm sure Axl won't show up
I mean,
the first
do
time.
you
and then
think it's
Slash
even
will
gonna
just walk
last?
off. I think it's just a money grab. We'll see how
Definitely,
long it
kind of
goes.
like Motley Crue. They said they're officially gonna be
That's a
going away.
band that should have ended a while ago
Yup.
and finally ended. Vince Neil is terrible.
I'm sorry. I am betting that they're gonna need money and they're just gonna come out of retirement and be like, "Oh yeah, sorry that final goodbye tour. Yeah, we were joking. We need another like 50 grand in our pockets."
Bane.
Yeah, like Bane. Yeah, on a hardcore level, Bane, they always come back. So they had 30.
Final tour.
Them and Sub-Zero.
like
20
seventh
final
final
shows. Sheer
tour.
Terror. Sheer Terror's had about 12 goodbyes.
No.
I love 'em, though.
Let's stop now.
It's just fun. It's all good fun, though.
So, what's your favorite band that you have performed live with? I know you've gone a lot, so there's got to be one that just stood out there.
Biohazard definitely sticks out.
That was a good
we
one.
always have a blast with Sworn Enemy. But
I had fun playing with, even though some of them were kind of. I had fun with playing the original Anthrax, like opening up for the original.
Oh,
They got
yeah.
all the original guys back, and it was like I had posters on my wall as a kid, and then that was like cool for me. I mean, even though they kind of like we were talking earlier about whether you should meet your heroes or
yeah.
not. It was kind of it was a little kind of weird there, but other than that,
Exodus was awesome too.
yeah. I mean, it's a lot of the old bands that I grew up hanging the posters on my walls and like.
And then you finally got to perform.
And then all of a
with
sudden,
them.
it's like, hey, here I get to hang out with you guys and just drink a beer and hang out. It's weird. It's weird sometimes.
Do you think that staying underground in your music, 'cause I realize that you guys don't really tour a lot of like the bigger name bands, you're more of like staying underground in little venues. Do you think that helps your band? Or do you think like bands like Avenged Sevenfold and Death Punch are kind of selling out because they're hitting those big stages and changing their music to get on radio?
They're a different genre. They're more radio oriented rock. I mean,
Well, I
more
mean, if
than
you think
metal.
how Avenged Sevenfold started, they were deathcore to the point sounding Seven Trumpet,
But
and then they
even
changed though.
even still in our hardcore scene, they
Yeah.
were seen as like the ones that are trying to like.
Get
They always
out there.
wanted to do it. Like, I don't think anybody that plays our music really. It's nice if you do make it, but I don't think anybody really sets out and does like the whole image thing. Gets the haircut, the tattoos. You get your your
We get
basic
everything
starter
out.
kit band.
Yep.
Everybody dresses like somebody from Motley Crue or LA Guns, and they have the hair that flops on the one side of the face. And it's like every band has like their mold, and it's like they create these bands, and everybody's got their little quirky thing, and
Yeah, when we first got this band together, I mean, that was definitely a topic that we weren't going to breach. It's like, we're just blue collar dudes.
we just
And
go on stage.
that's it.
No, we like I don't look at him and be like, "You're going on stage looking like that." like
You need
no,
a
you got to wear
certain
the
look,
uniform,
man.
bro.
Yeah, we're
No,
dirtbags
it's
from way back.
I mean, we play in the same clothes we roll up in the van after a 10-hour drive. It's not like we get changed and primp our hair or anything.
Now, Mayhem Festival announced that this year was their very last year, and it really kind of broke my heart because that's where I got to see all these underground metal bands. Do you think that if there was going to be another Mayhem Festival, that will help more bands reach people, or do you think it's good that Mayhem kind of died?
Mayhem's one of them tours that it ran its course. It became too corporate, and I was there as a guest of Slayer.
We were there.
Yeah,
I was with you.
went,
I was
yeah,
with you
in
at Motorhead.
Connecticut.
When they
And-
were they with their last tour or with the
Oh no, you went
Slipknot
to the
one?
other one. I went to the one a couple of years ago.
No, I went to the one this past time with
This one,
King
yep.
Diamond and Slayer, and there was probably like 4,000 people there, and that might sound
Man.
like a lot, but
It's not.
the Mayhem Fest 3, 4, or 4
Oh
or 5
man,
years
the
ago,
one
there was
Zombie
20,000.
was killer.
We went to the Slipknot
But
Slayer
I mean,
one.
what happened was
Motorhead.
they eliminated the smaller stages where the smaller bands that would bring out the younger kids. They only had 2 stages at this Mayhem Fest, and that definitely hurt. I mean, there wasn't. I think there was a Sumerian stage at the one Mayhem Fest, but there wasn't one at this one. I mean, those are the up and coming bands, and you got to hit these younger people because you know what? I love Slayer. I've loved them for.
Yeah, but you're not gonna get like the teens that want to come see
Exactly.
Slayer.
I mean, Slayer's gonna bring out the old men that drink beer like
Yep.
me. It's just.
It's just
it.
who they
But,
are.
I mean, they're getting to a point where they're going to stop coming to shows, and you need to bring that new crop of kids, and they didn't do it this year. It was mostly older bands, and
That was like that. Well, the one year we went, it was Slipknot who bring the young kids, but then you had Slayer and Motorhead who bring out the old dudes. But then you had who's the Asking Alexandria
Yep.
opened up, so that like kind of brought in the young
Oh yeah,
kids.
Asking Alexandria is like
To
the
kinda-
biggest name to get little kids, and that Bring Me the
Right.
Horizon, Devil Wears Prada. Those like, if you look at someone, they're like, oh, I listen to metal. Those are like the 3 bands they name right off the bat.
Right.
They don't, they don't talk about like the Kill Switch Engage or the little bands like Shadows Falls and all that kind of stuff.
Right. And like playing with a band like Shadows Fall gets us a whole different. Like when we play up at Upstate Concert Hall, most of those kids have never seen us before. So that's good for us in a way that they see us old men up on stage. You know, and don't get me wrong, Shadows Fall, some of those guys are older than us probably.
Oh yeah,
But you know,
they went on for like way too long. I felt though.
but it was just, you know, they, you know, we're up there, but they bring in the younger kids. They have that, you know, New England new metal vibe, and it was good for us to play with them so we could get a little exposure, you know.
Yeah, I think Warped Tour is the only festival that still actually cares about the tinier bands right now.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
Uproar, I think, canceled. They did 2 years, and then they just, like, dropped out of the earth.
But the thing is, there was too many of those tours going on too. That's
True,
what happened
yeah.
too. It's
Everything's a fest these
over.
days.
Everything's a fest. Everything's oversaturated. Everything's got 40 bands on it.
Yeah,
I don't
that's for
care if
sure.
you're 40 or 14. You don't want to sit there all day for 40 bands. You just don't.
Yeah.
Most don't. I
See,
mean,
to
you
me,
know.
if they're gonna have like band signings and they're gonna have events going on other than
Right.
the bands performing, then you're gonna draw in a bigger crowd. Because people that are like, "Oh, my band's signing at 1:00, but they're not gonna be on to 4," they're gonna get there at 1, and they're gonna listen to everyone because they want to sit through to see their band.
Yeah, but then you get the conflicts. Like, oh, it's this band, but this band's playing on this stage, and it's like,
Yep, and you have
you
to
know,
run over.
yeah.
Again, the problem with these festivals is they're too corporate. You're not
That's
allowed
for
to,
yeah.
You have to buy a $5 bottle of water if you want to stay
Yeah, I
hydrated.
hated that.
You know, it's like enough.
most
I mean,
bands buy onto those tours too. They don't get paid to play those. They
They-
buy onto
Jeez.
them.
yeah.
That's like
A lot
the
of the
worst,
younger
man.
And it's not
yeah.
cheap either. It's,
It's-
you know,
Oh, I'm sure it's not cheap to do that.
Yeah, like it went back in the Ozfest days. You had to have a bus, no matter what small band you were. You had to have a bus, and your record label had to get it for you, or you had to get it, or you couldn't be on it. Like you had to pay to be on it, pretty much.
So, what is your guys' craziest tour stories? I know you guys have a couple. Just keep it like,
ones
you
we
know,
can't
PG.
remember.
Man. There's gotta be a couple that you guys can at least kind of remember, man.
well,
Well, my passport photo for Canada was a fun time.
yeah, the run with Biohazard.
The run was
definitely-
Biohazard in Canada was definitely a fun time. It was apparently people my passport. It looks like I have a mental issue, and so for the whole tour, everybody sang "Ding Fries Are Done to Me" the whole tour.
Jeez.
You know, the internet thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
we did it in 3-part harmony. in,
3-part harmonies
in
at
Toronto.
the border. Oh yeah, it was great. Yeah. Oh yeah, Biohazard wrote a song. Every sound check, they sound checked with it while I was just minding my own business. That was a good one.
And then Billy from Biohazard would bust one of our chops on stage and call us names and
Yeah.
say we were a different sexual orientation than what we were and whatever. But the last day of that tour, I had a couple friends of mine bring a big birthday cake, and it was not Billy's birthday, but we decided to interrupt them right in the middle of their whole set. And I grabbed the mic away from him, and you could tell in his eyes, he was like, uh-oh.
He's very vain.
Yeah,
He's very vain. Sorry, Billy, but you're very vain.
he's very conscious of, his age, we'll say. So I proceeded to let the crowd know. I said, happy birthday to Billy, which it wasn't his birthday, but he looks pretty good for 53. He's not 53, but we had to jack it up there a little bit. So it's not bad for 53. And I'm pointing at these girls in the audience. I go, he's got daughters older than you. And he was so
Not
mad.
to mention our drummer tied his shirt in a knot, I think.
and came out in his underwear and
came out in
gave
his
him the
underwear
cake.
and gave him the cake.
Oh
yeah.
my god.
So yeah,
In
we,
Toronto. So yeah, we just have fun. We have fun with everybody we play with. Like just a lot, just stupid, drinking stories
and drinking and everything.
winding up
yeah.
with
Yeah,
weird people.
That was your PG-13 story.
Yeah, yeah.
It's the only PG-13
Yeah.
one that you had.
The other ones we'll save for another day.
Yeah.
Those are the off-camera
Yeah,
ones that
yeah.
we can't show.
And then the last time we got pulled over driving on the Taconic and the cop was nice enough to give us each a breathalyzer to see who was able to drive the rest of the way.
Well, at least you
so-
found the one nice cop. you know?
Yeah. And of course we took pictures of it and put it on Instagram, and everybody thought,
Great, we all got pulled over
if you go to
drunk.
Brick by Brick HC on Instagram, we
Oh,
we
my God.
document a lot of our shenanigans.
yeah, so definitely fun.
Would you guys ever do like a tour DVD? Just let the fans know what it's really like inside and what kind of
It's
goes on
been
behind the
beat to
scenes for you
death, I
guys.
think.
It's not worth the money. I find that taking a 20-second video on Instagram and posting it, more people are going to watch that
Yeah.
than if you actually get an actual package with a DVD and you spend the money to press it and you spend the money to
Yeah.
make the money back. You're going to lose money on. I mean, home videos, unless you're like Avenged Sevenfold or Slipknot
Metallica or something.
or Metallica, it's really not. it's
not worth
not
it for
really
tinier
worth
bands.
it for our.
Yeah, because Whitechapel just did that, and I saw that
Well, they're
album
big,
didn't.
decent,
They
you know.
sold, but they didn't sell as well as their CDs, and I was like, that's weird. Because when I go to see Whitechapel, people are in their T-shirts, their gear, they have everything,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like, why didn't the DVD work for them?
Because probably somebody bought it and put it to YouTube, and everybody watched it on
They
YouTube.
uploaded
for
it
free.
on YouTube for
Yeah,
free, and then
yeah.
they put out the DVD, and I'm like, why would you do that?
And that's
man?
another reason. I mean, it's the same thing with putting out a CD now.
Yeah.
Even CDs, you're losing money.
Yeah, I mean the record label specifically said we gotta do because we get a record.
I seen it on a couple blog spots, for free, But
Yeah, I tried finding it on YouTube to download some of the songs, and they're all copyrighted. I'm like, crap.
Well, we
God
try.
damn it. Now I have the CDs. I can do it
Well,
the legal
I'm sure
way.
there's a way around it.
Well, we brought you a CD, so
Yeah.
you don't have to
Thank you,
worry.
Yeah, I'll
guys.
just
very
steal
much.
it.
So, is there any one last thing you'd like to tell any of the viewers out there before we sign off for the day?
Well, probably nobody that's going to be watching this is going to be from California, but we're going to be going out to the
Public
west.
access, California.
Who knows? Maybe this will end up on YouTube. But yeah, we'll be out and we're getting ready to go do a West Coast tour the end of March, hitting California, north to South California, and then Reno.
North to
and
South,
Nevada.
Carroll, California.
Yeah, but yeah, we plan on gambling in Vegas, and hopefully we'll hit it big and be able to come home. But,
That helps. That does help if you come home with
We'll have
money.
to sell all our clothes
Yeah.
to come home.
we'll sell our drummer.
Sell our drummer.
He's vegan, by
He's
the way.
vegan.
Yeah, so you're gonna bring that up too.
Alright,
He's
just wanna
vegan.
make
Oh, he would if he was here.
And then
so.
he's the okay bassist. We're all good, right?
The okay basis.
okayest.
The okayest.
the
Not
bassist.
just okay, he's the okayest.
Okayest. Top of the okay heap.
Well, thank you guys very much for joining us today. And make sure everyone you go out and pick up Brick by Brick, This World, My Enemy. It's a really good CD. It's very fast, heavy, in your face. I think it's perfect for anyone who listens to metalcore or grindcore for that haps. Thank you very much for coming out. Make sure everyone go and check them out tomorrow if you live in that arena. Tickets are $13 to $15.
13 to 15, yep.
And what arena are you guys playing at?
We're playing Blackthorn. Is it Blackthorn 51 or Blackthorn?
Blackthorn 51
In Queens.
Well, you heard it from them first, guys. Make sure to go check them out. And thank you very much for watching the new 16 with Brick by Brick.
Thank you.
Thank you.
From the studios at the New School Center for Media, you're watching The New 16.